the 11th, 2010, the date I was inaugurated as a councillor for the second time in the city of Cornwall. Later in December, at our first meeting, I learned that Mayor Bob Kilgore withheld my mail. The letter was not signed, it was anonymous, but was in a sealed envelope with my name on it. After leaving council, and only after leaving council in 2012, did I find out that it was not withheld once, but twice. One time sent by a local delivery service and signed for. At that meeting, it was not me that discovered that our mail had not been delivered. It was another council member. That other council member just simply asked, "Where's my mail?" Mayor Kilgore apologized, me with the understanding that, hey, everybody makes mistakes. When I found out it was twice, I was livid. The topic of the letter, I did not know until the next day. I have never received to this date the letter that was addressed to me and the contents still inside. I was emailed a copy of the letter later. You would figure that the letter, which was a complaint, once again, about the Glen Stor Dun Lodge, that complaint would be the topic of discussion, but it wasn't. Immediately, Mayor Bob Kilgore turned to intimidate the individual that had asked for his mail in front of his peers. This intimidation continued after that meeting, and also by administration. That individual I would not name. If he chooses to step forward, that will be his decision. But the intimidation that I talk about, he explained it to me like this. He felt like a little boy being scolded by his parent for doing something wrong. Letters of a complaint come in, they are to be delivered immediately to the ministry, regardless if they are signed. It is not stated in the Act, it is stated in the regulations that are followed for homes for the aged. Whether they be municipal, private, the rules are the same. I said that, I said it had to be reported, and I left it at that. After that meeting, and a subsequent meeting, in January of 2011, the City of Cornwall pled not guilty to a charge of retaliation against a whistleblower. When I got to the meeting, there was no report. There was nothing. The incident happened between 2:08 and 2:09. I had no information. I had nothing to base my questions on. There was simply nothing. I asked for a report. I asked, okay, I'm here, I just got here. After going through orientation, nothing was said about the charges that were pending or coming forward. I knew nothing. Then I was told, we'll ask the lawyer questions. How do you ask questions if you don't even know what you're talking about? I was told that there was no abuse at the Glen Stor Dun Lodge. I was told that they had 10 days to report the incident at the Glen Stor Dun Lodge, and that the 10 days that they reported it on the 11th. There was no legal written opinion. Now I know that the charges were actually laid in January of 2010. They had 1 full year to prepare a report. They had went through discovery, and they had probably spent maybe between $50,000 and $100,000 in legal fees. I knew nothing. Although you walk into a council chamber to make decisions on behalf of 46,000 people, and you are provided no information whatsoever to make it, is something that I have never seen in my 9.5 years of political experience. You'll have to excuse me, like I'm saying I just wrote notes as opposed to a speech. When I left that meeting, I was totally in shock. I watched a council member intimidated by Mayor Kilgore. I voted to plead guilty, not because I was given any information that said we were guilty, or not guilty, but I was given no information at all. That was not a mistake to vote guilty. When we talk